all know vacations are expensive, involving a lot of costs, but some of them, they can go beyond what any regular travel can ever imagine. Some of the most remote corners of the world, plus breathtaking sights and the most luxurious accommodations will make most of the travelers out there be happy with less. Except if you're a millionaire, bank robber, or got amazingly lucky and found a treasure chest somewhere during your previous budget vacation. Even like that, you might take some time to think about it seriously before deciding to jump right in. Fly to the end of the world and pay no ostentatious price for just one night of relaxing sleep. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and in this video we're going to show you the top 10 most expensive places you can visit in the world today. But before we start, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more similar content like this in the future. Now, let's begin. Number 10. New York City. New York is unsurprisingly one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. New York City is the heart of many U.S. industries, including several culture industries, and it has traditionally been a hub for business and artists alike. Of course, the New York City tourism industry thrives on this reputation and generates many tourist dollars as a result. They justify higher rates due to demand and limited space, but the truth is that a lot of hotels are just plain overpriced. With rates starting at $730 a night for a luxury hotel and the average price for a mid-range hotel being $350. New York City is not a place for the traveler looking for an affordable trip, unless you want to risk staying in a dive or take a gamble on a blind deal. Number 9. Paris. Much like New York, Paris, France has become a popular destination for many travelers. With a long history and an influential role in shaping of both Europe and the New World, Paris has also earned a reputation as a city of romance, helped by the city's quaint cafe culture, the French love of pastries, wine and chocolate, and images of the iconic Eiffel Tower lit up at night. All of the popularity of Paris, however, has also culminated to the city becoming one of the world's most expensive tourist destinations. Banking on its reputation as being lavish and romantic, Paris hotels tend to go all out, which means that they come with a hefty price tag. Some historical residences, including palaces, have been converted to hotels. One hotel charges around $26,000 for the privilege of staying just one night with them. Number 8. Fiji. Contrary to common belief, Fiji isn't just one island, but actually a series of 332 islands. Fiji has become renowned as one of the best travel destinations in the South Pacific based on many reports, and as one of the most exclusive. Not only is the country regarded as a pristine island retreat with a keen sense of preservation of nature, it's renowned for its natural beauty and its remoteness. On this list, exclusivity and remoteness add up to a recipe for an overpriced vacation stay. While you might be able to get to the main islands relatively cheaply, many of the smaller islands in the nation are actually privately owned, either by individuals or by resort companies, and most of them charge hefty amounts for a visit. Number 7. British Virgin Islands. The British Virgin Islands have earned themselves a reputation as a rich Brit playground. Sir Richard Branson, the founder and CEO of Virgin Corporation, has a villa on a private island that is rented out, but only to those who can afford it. The island of Guana is another expensive destination. Guana has no public access, which means you have to fly in to neighboring Beef Island and then take the resort's boat over to your final destination. Guana is about 895 acres with sandy white beaches and averages around 30 guests. Yoga and tennis lessons are offered. Other activities include snorkeling, bird watching, and outdoor activities such as hiking. A sea view cottage will run you almost $700 a night in low season, and prices only increase from there. Number 6. Tuscany. Few think of Tuscany when they think of visiting Italy, but those that do may find that lesser visited or out-of-the-way destinations aren't always a ticket to an affordable trip. Tuscany is one of the most expensive regions in Italy, despite the fact that more people visit cities like Rome, Naples, Florence, and Venice. Tuscany's appeal is its history, which stretches back to pre-Roman times. Many of the hotels aren't hotels at all, but ancient villas that have been converted into lavish suites for rich tourists. For those who want to get away from the tourist traps that many other Italian cities have become, Tuscany is a welcome relief. But its price tag isn't much different than places like Rome or Florence. Since much of Tuscany is still very rural, the area is stunning and famed for its vineyards, but the accommodations can be a little rough. Some of the buildings are just old barns that have been converted, and they still cost around $3,000 to $4,000 a week. Number 5. Bora Bora. This tiny island in French Polynesia burns a big hole in many visitors' pockets. Although the island is beautiful and offers a luxurious experience, an average night on the island will run you a minimum of $800, with your meals included, of course. There's also the tiny issues of getting there. Airfare to the middle of the South Pacific isn't exactly cheap these days. Nonetheless, Bora Bora attracts its fair share of celebrities, business elite, and political magnates. Unless your heart is set on Bora Bora in particular, you can choose from a number of lesser-known islands in French Polynesia, many of which have lower rates due to decreased demand and a less developed tourist reputation. This also means you can beat the crowds, which is almost like having your own private island for half the cost. Number 4. Seychelles. Surprise! Another island escape makes the list. Seychelles, like Fiji, is a country comprised of not one but several islands, located in the Indian Ocean, just south of the main island of Mahi, in the island of Fregat. Fregat is really what lands Seychelles on the list, although the other islands can be expensive to visit as well. Fregat takes expensive to a whole new level. Unsurprisingly, the island is a private resort, dotted with 17 lavish villas, all of them constructed out of mahogany and African teakwood, boasting marble floors, ocean views, jacuzzis, and infinity pools. The resort has a passionate commitment to preserving nature, so the jungle and 7 beaches on the island are well protected. Activities include windsurfing and guided hiking. Villas must be rented for a minimum of 3 days, and rates start around $3,000, or about $1,000 a day. Number 3. Dubai. Much talk has been said of Dubai in the past decade or so. The Middle Eastern hotspot has become a mecca of modern excess, which, of course, has made it popular with travelers who have money to burn. Financed by oil wealth, Dubai was developed by the rich for the rich as a playground for those who can afford it. From man-made islands to the luxurious Burj Al Arab and soaring towers, Dubai is all about spending money. If you're on a tight budget, you're going to want to steer clear of this destination. Number 2. Musha Cay. The Exumas, or Out Islands of the Bahamas, have long been known as a destination for the rich and famous. Ernest Hemingway visited them. David Copperfield claimed that the Fountain of Youth was located on one of them. And for the price tag of Musha Cay, you'd really hope he was right about that. Musha Cay is just one of the 11 islands in the Copperfield Bay. And like the others, it's an all-or-nothing sort of affair. You must rent the entire island for almost $40,000 a night. The upside? You're allowed to choose who gets to stay with you on your Caribbean island escape. You can invite up to 11 people to share the resort with you, and all your gourmet meals are included in the price. Activities include deep-sea fishing and diving. You'll also get personal fireworks show, and a customized treasure hunt can be added to your vacation package for some additional cash, of course. Number 1. Oslo. Norway's capital is scenic and delightful, filled with Scandinavian charm and still reminiscent of the Norwegians' Viking history. Rows upon rows of colorful houses and the proximity of scenic mountain vistas and the famous fjords can easily take your breath away. Like its other Scandinavian counterparts, Oslo tends to be clean and safe, and most of the population speaks almost fluent English, which can make it easy for the inexperienced tourists to get around and explore. That said, Norway is notoriously known as Scandinavia's and Northern Europe's most expensive country. Although the country is rich in oil and its citizens are relatively well off, the higher wages and relative wealth of the country has contributed to service sectors and tourist industries that charge about 20% more than anywhere else in Western Europe, and a whopping 70% higher than world averages. It's no wonder that Oslo is ranked as the world's most expensive city.